Alright, what's up? Welcome back. So, welcome back to another politically incorrect update. This one is coming out. I'm gonna film it in two parts over the course of 2 days. Why? Because there's a lot of things to talk about. 9 items in total, all formats are present. So, for you, it will be one video. For me, it will be 2 days, 2 videos. I'll combine them together and put them in one video. It will come out on 21st of March, which will be my last birthday in my 30th. So hitting a big round number next year. Life goes on. Yeah, so a little bit depressing, but all good still. So yeah. Since it's gonna be long, yeah, I decided to divide it into parts and to combine it together in one big video. So today we're gonna look at 4 items, then I'm gonna combine it with film and combine with the next 5 items. So yeah, for you, like I said, it's gonna be one long video. Of course, this gives us a good chance to have 2 beers. So today we're having one, then we'll have another one. What else did so in the previous video I mentioned that a lot of people asked me over the course of this existence of the channel, are you gonna do streams? No. Are you gonna do Patreon? No. How can we help the channel and so on. So since this is my last birthday in my 30th, yeah, I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna do this one time only. I'm gonna put a PayPal, my wife's PayPal, so don't be surprised if the name comes out as a female. Mine is blocked right now. But yeah, I'm gonna put her PayPal down. If you want, you can donate. Let's put it like this: donate or drop. It will be like a birthday gift for me. I'm gonna do it once. The next time I'm probably gonna do it when I'm 45, if I live that long, of course, and if the channel will survive. I'm not in any need of any money. There's no problem. It's just because a lot of people ask how can they help. You can support the channel only by this way. I'll leave the PayPal for till 1st of April, and then I'm gonna delete it. So if you want, if you have the ability, you can do that. Just PayPal, whatever you want. All proceeds will go to politically incorrect records. You have been fucking warned. So yeah, cheers guys. Hope March is going well for you. And what the fuck is this sticker doing here? Look at that shit. Like, unbelievable. They put a sticker on the cap. Fuck you. Okay, so yeah, again, the beer is kind of fucking weird here. Anyway, I should have shown the can first, but anyway, so we're drinking this one. Is 4 Brewers Santa Muerta Pasteleria pastry coffee stout. I think this one is actually from Russia. A brewery there. In the background, since we are getting ready for the birthday, we are of course listening to Goatmoon. In the second part we will also listen to Goatmoon. Information is here about the percentage and stuff like that. So stout, pastry stout, they usually taste quite the same for me, but the artwork is fucking brilliant here. Yep, let me actually get this out of the way. So yeah, it looks like it's a microbrewery from Russia. All the information is in Russian. Not a big fan of stouts, because to me, I don't know, whatever you add to the stout, it still tastes like stout, you know? You can add, I don't know, donkey peas there, and it will still be stout. Okay, let that sit for a while. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, the can is pretty beautiful. The Cult of Death, Santa Muerte. Look at those skulls. Pastry, coffee stout. Yeah. So, this is the when it was poured in the can. So don't be surprised. Russia has a very weird way of they don't write the expiry date. Instead, they write it when it was poured. And here somewhere you will need to find information that is good for next 7 months. But really stupid way of writing, in my opinion. But anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so 5 minutes of talking shit. But anyway, this video is gonna be long, this video is gonna be good, this video is gonna be politically incorrect. Don't be triggered. If you are, skip. There's plenty of videos on the channel that don't cover this topic. This topic, however, exists, and we're not shining away from it. And the most, like, if you like the music, you're here for the music. If you're here for the ideology, whatever, you're here for the ideology. Just remember to be respectful in the comments. Don't write any stupid crap, because then, you know, it's not good look for you, and it's not look good for me, not a good look for the channel. So cheers, stay respectful, stay frosty, and yeah, let's go. Just a minute. Wow. So, the taste is like a like a stout. But the smell is really coffee smelling. It's probably one of the strongest beers on the smell that I ever had, and the smell is actually good if you like the coffee. Okay, enough of this shit. Let's fucking go. 4 items in this video, 5 in the next one. We're gonna start off the video with the least, in my opinion, controversial release. Bestial Burst Records, promotional flyer. But let me take it out because there's some glare. Alien Terminator from the mighty Goatmoon, or rather maybe Black Goat in this case, but since it's his project, he can do whatever he wants. Like I said, I think this is the least controversial release on this update. The controversial part here is that it actually exists, and that Maniac took part in it. That's the most controversial part. Of course, Goatmoon, established in 2002 from Finland, a legendary band run by the legendary Black Goat. We talked so many times about Goatmoon. People already probably know that it's one of my favorite bands, one of my favorite projects. So this qualifies as a single, at least on Metal Archives, for some reason. I don't know why it qualifies as a single, and on Metal Archives it has 1 track listed, when in fact there are 2 tracks here. One is called Solar Storm, and another one is Alien Terminator. So the Solar Storm is kind of a intro track. It's spoken. And basically what I think it's a conceptual album, conceptual EP. So the Solar Storm is like an intro, spoke by Maniac, I think, in grandiose vocals like he always does. One of my favorite songs by him is actually View from the Nihil. I think he nails that song perfectly. For everything around me which I experience is cold and dead. I still remember the fucking lyrics from that song. So yeah, in his grandiose vocals, and it tells basically a story of a storm that brings destruction, apocalypses, and parasites from another planet. And the second part is already Alien Terminator, and in this part we know what are the consequences of the storm. So there's parasites that are changing the human DNA, war is going on, transformation, so the whole sci-fi nightmare that you can possibly imagine with aliens, but aliens being parasites. That's what you get in this brilliant release. Of course, the main track is the main focus. A bit raw, a bit of black and rollish style. The synths are really good on the Alien Terminator track, of course. They are actually done perfectly in the sense of sci-fi. They remind you kind of a spacey sound. They give you kind of spacey sound. and they are the best probably highlight on the release. Of course, actually I didn't notice that, but yeah, let's go. Of course, the cover art is an homage to what looks to be Italian sci-fi and sci-fi horror flicks of the 80s. Perfectly done, I might say. But I've noticed that there's a wheelchair there. Looks like, I don't know, a nod to mutilation maybe. When you finish listening to this, of course, there's only one thing that kind of stands out. Probably one more track would have done it, and it would have been an excellent release. I'm saying this only because even though there are two tracks, Solar Storm is a long, epic intro, and it's a spoken intro. There are some pounding drums, but let's be honest, one more track would have done it. So let's take maybe a closer look without glare. I think it's kind of something like this, yeah? Kind of a parasite. I know, by the way, that there was a second version, of course, of this, which came in the DVD kind of case. It's sold out. I got this one. That one came with some postcards and shit like that. For those who didn't get it, don't worry. I think there is a reissue coming up on 7-inch this time. 3 colors, I think. 2 of them are... One is, I think, something like Ultimate Rare, and another was a Super Ultimate Mega Rare. So, 3 versions of this is coming out on, I think, Bestial Burst again. On 7-inch format. So yeah, like I said, at least controversial release, but you know, people like to even shit on Goatmoon when Goatmoon doesn't do anything NS. Yeah. So Goatmoon, Alien Terminator. Check it out. Alrighty, next one is actually gonna be fun. We will need a drink. So yeah, guys, cheers. Anyone else has a birthday in March, write down in the comments. Next one is also I'm gonna tell you some stories. So not everything here I bought. You know, on the Halls of Winterfest, people approached me, and subscribers and some friends, also acquaintances. They said like, "Hey, I think you're gonna like this. This is controversial. Hey, I think I'm gonna like this. This is controversial." And they gifted me some presents. Only controversial presents. Nobody like associates this channel with regular updates anymore. Okay, whatever. So one of this was given to me by a good friend here over in Estonia. Surprisingly, a UK band, UK and SBM band. I don't think there are many, or at least I haven't spoken about any UK bands on this channel that do controversial stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at the logo first. As you can see, wolf hooks there, Encircling Wolves from UK, established in 2016. This is their 2018 first full-length album, only 31 minutes long. Nothing really special on the inside. I don't think you can listen to the second album on YouTube for sure, but yeah, I didn't find this one. It's probably because according to Metal Archives and to the first song is Zionists, so probably that's why you can't really listen to it on YouTube. So this one was recorded by 2 people, Monthly Slith and Incern. What's very interesting about this one, the track listing here is a bit wrong. Like I said, it starts off with Zionist, but that's not true. It actually starts off with Arrival of the Storm, which is an intro. And it's very beautiful, melodic intro. and it sets you up for the Zionist, right? And Zionist is probably one of the most, the best highlight of this album is Zionist. It's so fucking explosive. Combined with an intro, it's even better. Like, you know, you're hearing the intro and you're waiting for this explosion. And this explosion happens and it delivers everything you thought it would be. It's so fucking good that like it reminds me, I don't know, of maybe a bullet flying through the air on battlefield in search of the target. It's so fucking good. But then the album slows down. And it slows down to a mid-paced kind of thing, you know. And then the problem starts. Like everything in mid-pace is super good. But like the best parts are in the beginning, the intro and the first song. So you're constantly waiting for it to explode again, and it kind of doesn't. But the mid sections are really good. So it kind of feels that it's like in the battle mode, but then it slows down, you know, like the wave of first attack is over and it does, you know, it's kind of preparing you for the next attack, but it never happens. Or it happens in the second release, which I heard it was extremely good. If you find the second release on YouTube, you can read the comments. People really praise it. It's also is very hateful and very rageful. I haven't listened to the second one. Probably should give it a listen too. Let's take a look at the back. Of course, this one was, as you can see, released by Darker Than Black. The two guys in questions. Like I said, the track listing is wrong because there's this intro. Unless the intro is a part of the Zionist, but I don't think it is. What's interesting about this also? Okay, so the person behind it, as I understand, the main guy was this Monslith guy. He, after releasing, so first they released demos, then they released this one, then they released full length, and I think there was a split also. So he said that this one is over and they are not NSBM anymore. And what's interesting about this, he, at least on Metal Archive, it's written like that he called this a juvenile error. There's some simple math to be done. The guy was born in 1990, and the album was released in 2018, so he was 28 years old by that time. Then he released another album. I don't think in 28 years you can do juvenile errors. And the name is also quite ironic. The Trial of the Traitors. I haven't mentioned it, but the name is ironic. Nevertheless, we on this channel know that we can separate the art from the artist. Plus, if you're in for the music is good. If you're in for the message, I don't think that... It's my personal opinion. I don't think that the message changes, even if the artists say that they're no longer interested in one side or another side of any ideology. The message is still there. You can still listen to it. It already doesn't matter. Like, you know, you can denounce it a million times, but if it's good, more and more people will listen to it. So not a bad release, but consider what I said. So yeah, from UK, Encircling Wolves. A very... It's actually, as you can see, I was a bit right about the battlefield. It's actually some art represents battlefield. So yeah, a really solid release by a band that no longer kind of represents this style of music, but whatever. The release is still good. It still is here. So yeah, Encircling Wolves from UK. If you know any good controversial NSBM bands from UK that play black metal. Black metal, not RAC. Hit me up, write it in the comments. I'll check them out for sure. All right, so let's do it. A legendary one that a lot of people hate. Maybe, yeah, a lot of people hate, a lot of people like. Hell knows. So, moving on to the tape right now. Halls of Winter Festival, approached by one of the subscribers from Germany, you know who you are, gifted me this one. Like I said, people don't want to give me any Mayhems or Immortals for 40 euros for a vinyl. Anyway, cheers, man, and thank you very much. Yeah, cheers to Germany. Shit, what the fuck? I think we actually finished the... no, we didn't finish the album. I thought we finished the background music. Like I said, we're only gonna listen to Goatmoon. From Germany, love them or hate them, but this band surely left a mark on black metal scene, on NSBM black metal scene, and even maybe in some cases on RAC. Established in 1992, the legendary, the infamous Absurd from Germany. Of course, known not only by their controversial beliefs, controversial lyrics, and controversial attitude towards life, but also when they were young. We already discussed this story on the channel. I think they were like 15, 16, even 14. Something like that. They killed a 15-year-old, let's call him, hanging around of the band. So the guy was hanging around the band, and they decided it's time for him to go, and they, lured him in some house shit in the forest and basically strangled him. If I got that right. Of course, one of the guys runs the... legendary by now Darker Than Black Records. Absurd, of course, is known, and here's the no exception, is known for its, let's put it like this, kind of a primitive, yet in some cases when they're extremely good on some of their songs, kind of a barbaric style of black metal. It's very primitive, very simplistic, very loud. A lot of people hate it. I think that's why Der Stürmer gets a lot of hate, and maybe Dark Fury. Although I think if you are able to listen to, I don't know, I'm not saying those bands are bad. Like what are they? Revenge and Conqueror, I think, right? When there's like a wall of bestial black metal. It's kind of hypocritical to make a comment, well, those guys play primitive too, and it sounds all the same. Come on. I mean, to each its own, like, in my opinion. So yeah, for me, Absurd is on and off, I'll be honest with you. I have some, I showed some vinyl here, which I find great. I know some releases are not that great, but again, it's up to you completely. Don't even listen to me, or don't listen to anybody, just listen to the band and you will make your own choices. So this is a tribute to them. It's interesting to know that they went into jail and they formed a band in the jail, or at least it was called a band in the jail, called In Ketten, which from German translate in chain. They didn't do much time since they were juvenile, and one guy ran away to America. Oh shit, I dropped the tape, but you know, the tape is a simple one. So yeah, let me try to get the tape first. One guy ran away to America. There were some legal troubles. He was hiding from German police. So there's a lot of drama in Absurd Life. I think Darker Than Black records got rated also. Okay, I'm gonna try to get the tape. Yay. Fuck, first I fuck up the beer, then I try to fuck up the tape as well. Okay, so let's actually get the tape out of the way. It's a simple tape. Nothing special. Should have left it there. But anyway, so yeah, about this release. So this is a 1999 release. It was released on Silence Like Death Productions, SDP, as you can see. I think this is a bootleg though tape, because I didn't find any images of the original one. I don't know. Because on Discogs it says that it should be hand numbered, but this one is not. As you can see, it's plain. Yeah, let's take a closer look. It's written in a really shitty font. Original tribute was planned in a drunken night to be a tribute of a small circle of individuals bonded by true friendship. The later planned extended and more professional version seems to fail through Polish possibility. Maybe it will appear later. At least here finally is a version to satisfy the demand for a tribute to the ones, the tyrants of Germanic black metal. Never get the tape, never get the CD. I don't remember who released it. But there is a release on vinyl. To vinyl, I think the sound is upscaled for sure, because sound here is, yeah. I'm not going to even comment it. I'm gonna let you guess what the sound is here. And the best part about that vinyl, it comes with a book, and the book combines the 4 issues of a magazine he did back in the day. So very good vinyl and very good packaging and a very good offer. Plus you get the book. The book is probably more valuable and more interesting than the release itself. So this one, of course, each song, in between each song, there are excerpts from a documentary that describes the killing. The documentary is from the German channel. The only words that I really understood was like Satanism and killing and stuff. So they talk about not only about absurd, not only about the killing, but also I'm guessing about black metal. Also, the best bands here. There's a lot of bands. Let's take a look at the bands. Of course, I need to mention Biskirnir, Aryan Blood, Abyssic Hate, and there's a really good neoclassical track by Gravesmond. Let's take a look. Where is the Gravesmond? Yeah, track number 4 is Gravesmond. Biskirnir 8 and 10, Aryan Blood 12. It's okay. The quality though is all over the place. The tracks prior to 1996, I think, are really bad quality. Absurd tracks are also in very bad quality. But I mean, it's a tribute from 1999. It's kind of it kind of should sound that way, kinda. I don't know. Comes on a regular tape. Like I said, I think this is a bootleg of that, because probably it's impossible to get the original. Raw, bad production, like I said, it's better to get the 2023 vinyl with the 230 pages book, plus it's 2 vinyl, even I think with obi strip even. So you get like the top class there. Better get that. If you're a fan, of course, you must seek out the original one, the original tape. Tottenham did the CD, and the CD is completely has a different name. Like this one has a tribute to Absurd, the vinyl has tribute to Absurd, the CD has tribute to Absurd with letters AYSP, I think, something like that. So, and yeah, I don't know why they decided to go that way. By the way, I think the information that I read to you is the same on every release. So yeah, Absurd, like I said, love them or hate them, it's Absurd. You know what you're getting into. During the recording of this video, I think there are 3 Absurds now. And everybody wants to probably kill each other. But anyway, one more. It's already 31 minutes. How is it possible that I talk so much? Okay, whatever. We're gonna finish this part with a banger. I think this one is a banger. This one is fucking great. Absolutely amazing, in my opinion. But let's not get in front of us. Wotanord. Established in 2001 from USA. One-man project, by the way. Jorgen is the man behind the project. 4th full-length album released in 2016, I think. So the guys were the guy was heavily into NS, I think, on earlier releases, but later the concept kind of changed more on nationalism, patriotism, botanism, and strong feelings toward paganism. There's of course a lot of talks here about the great races, not master races, but the great races. So there's a lot of respect to paganism here. So Wotanord, Legends of the Valorous Fallen. Yeah. Starts off with an epic intro. It's spoken, also sets the concept. The intro sets the concept for, like I said, a conversation about basically those holy races, war, honor, pride. And we get a very epic album. It's 61 minutes long, and after that intro you hear a scream. And what's interesting about the scream, when I heard that scream, it reminded me of early Cradle of Filth. I shit you not. Like, it's not bad in any way. Like, I mean, I like early Cradle, I like even later Cradle, but the scream is so good. The whole thing is a good mix of aggressive black metal vocals, then the guy goes into clean vocals, then he goes into this kind of pagan chants that are more ritualistic, then he goes into war chants. Music wise, I think this is brilliant. It's very epic, stellar, botanic black metal. When the parts are slower, it just like gets into the very core of atmospheric black metal. The tempo is all over the place. It's so different, yet it's done so fucking organically good. It's just unbelievable. The 61 minutes, they fly by. I was really surprised when I listened to this band. It's absolutely amazing. More people probably should talk about this. Great release. Into Wotanism, into paganism, you must check this out. In fact, it encouraged me to look up all the other releases by this project. Ode to the Fallen. Let's take a look here. To my lovely lady Michelle and my son Alexander, you are my reason to fight on, to be the best that I can be, to continue to thread the path of victory in all that I do, until I take my last breath. I love you. Strong words, and it looks like by a very, very strong man. At least that's what I'm getting from this. A lot of runes, of course. Looks like a not sword, shield. Very beautifully done. Everything is about this release is perfect. It's actually really good to finish this part of the video with this one. Again on Darker Than Black. So Darker Than Black has a really good nose for top-notch bands. And of course, by the way, the booklet also has that it's written in the booklet that we are the proud member of Heathen Circle. So paganism, nationalism, I think earlier releases were more connected, even though they were connected with Wotanism and paganism, but they were more also maybe connected with the NS kind of stuff. Beautiful logo. Amon Amart is already jealous. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. So, what an order. Legends of the Valorous Fallen from United States of America. That's it for today. For this moment, I mean. All right, guys. So, yeah, it will be a moment for you. It will be one day for me, and I'm gonna finish this one on 21st of March on my birthday. So yeah, I'll leave a like, leave a comment, support the channel. Like I said, I'm gonna leave the PayPal in the description below. I'll see you in a few seconds. Stay black metal. So what's up? Welcome back. Part 2. A bit of a fair warning. Neighbors are having a fucking party. It's like a wedding or something like that. So they're also listening to some music. So unfortunately, I'm shooting in the day right now. So it's day 2. So they're blasting it as well. So if you hear some background cacophonia, it's because of that shit. Unfortunately, you can't help. There's a lot of mentally ill people. But yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully, we will only hear the background, but it's pretty loud, and they're pretty loud as well right now. They're having, like I said, a party. I think a birthday party or something like that, or a wedding party, whatever. 2 stories up, so probably somebody will call the police in the evening, maybe. Yeah, so I talked a lot in the previous part, so I saved all the best stuff for this second part. Let's get on with it, right? So I think all the juices are in this part. So we're having this one today. It's a Spanish one, never tried it. La Bella Lola. Interesting can, Mediterranean Blonde Ale. From Spain. Ken is interested in this way. You see, you've met a girl, she looks beautiful, you had a few of these Spanish beers, Citra single hop beer, and then you agree to meet her the next day, and you don't have any beers, and what happens is... Ugh, that was a mistake. So yeah, I try to usually drink beers that I haven't tried. on this channel. So this is one of those beers. Okay, like I said, everything here is going to be what I consider to be the best stuff. So yeah, like I said, all formats are present, and we're gonna have a vinyl too. So everything else was said in the previous part of the video. A lot of foam. The beer was sitting on the table for 20 minutes at least. As you can see again, what a failure. Looked like this with a beer, turned out to be like this. Unfortunately. Okay, so cheers and let's go. Yeah. Can you hear it now? Hopefully not, because it stopped. Anyway, fuck them. And let's go. We're starting off with a big one. So, Kristallnacht from France, of course, hailing from France. Established in 1996, one-man project. The guy behind goes by LF. Of course, we're gonna have a little bit of history here today as well. Let's take a look at the inner stuff. Kristallnacht, named, of course, after the 9th and 10th of November 1939 events that took place in Germany. The trigger was that a German diplomat was killed. I think he was killed in France, if I'm not mistaken, by a Jewish teenager. And this triggered the events, also known as November's pogroms, or if you translate it, Night of the Broken Glass. So riots started in Germany. Of course, the government took a blind eye to this for their own obvious political reasons. 90 people died. A lot of like 6,000 or 7,000 businesses were destroyed. Glass were spread across the whole Germany, basically, from the broken businesses. Since the windows were broken, everything was broken, and thus the name, the Night of the Broken Glass. But the most repercussions actually came not in the night itself, it came afterwards, as almost 25,000 people were sent to concentration camps afterwards. So there was like a whole cleaning system that took place after the riots, and of course the government benefited from the riots. Interesting fact, when I read some articles about Kristallnacht in general, there was an article that speculated about that in the 80s in Germany, right? They tried to move away from the name Kristallnacht because it sounded too romantic. So yeah, don't quote me on this, but yeah, that's what they said. The name was too romantic. So it's a legendary project, a legendary band. This is In Praise of War, 2002 compilations, compilation 12 tracks, demos, unreleased material, and 3 tracks that are taken live from 2001 appearance of the project on Empire Fest. Of course, the sound is different, a little bit of necro sound here, the quality wise. You can still hear, though, the rageful atmosphere that Kristallnacht always brings. It's nasty, yet it's proud and bombastic, in my opinion. Buzzing, hypnotic riffs. There are some melancholic melancholic instrumental passages there, also to kind of spice up the compilation. Live tracks are pretty decent. You can hear the instruments very well. But of course, like I said, there's a little bit of necro sound going on here and there. Well, what are you gonna do? It's a recording from 2001, right? Very good project. Everybody knows that one of the most well-known NSBM and BM bands around. As you can see, the bit of information, the guy behind. You can spot Graveland and Burzum posters there. What was it? Hammer of Damnation release. Let's take a closer look here. And a bit of a few pictures from the gig. As you can see, the festival information, the bands, and a few releases, probably the demos and the compilations from where the tracks were taken. So yeah, Kristallnacht in Praise of War 2000-2002 compilation. Got this one from Signal Rex. Don't know if they have it. I think actually this might be sold out already, as I think the tape was the last one. The CD was definitely sold out. Don't really remember about if it was definitely released on vinyl as well. So if you have the chance, find it, grab it. Well worth it, Kristallnacht. All right. So we're going to talk about a new project. So we're going to have old timers and new timers here as well. Cheers. Do we have the... Yeah, we have the beautiful one turned on here. Okay, so new one. Eagle's Nest. Established in 2024. One-man project. Winter Geist is the guy behind it, from USA. A legacy reborn, forever written in blood. 2024 demo, 5 tracks, 20 minutes long. The name, of course, comes from, let me butcher some German for you, Kelstein, I think, or Kelstein, yeah. It's a structure that was and is still based on the summit in Obersalzberg, Germany. Established in 1938, it was a kind of a social meeting for Nazi party elites. The most famous probably meeting, of course, I think Adolf visited like 14 times. There's some documentation, but one of the most famous social meetings there was that Eva Braun's sister had a wedding there. Currently, it's a beer hall and a restaurant, as I understand, but they have their own tour guides. You can't take any other tours there except their own. It's done because they are afraid that, you know, people with far-right opinions can come, take a tour, and say some things that they themselves don't like, so that's why they have their own tours. Of course, the logo is also, as you can see, the infamous daggers, I think the word is. Not knives, right? It's daggers. SS, SI use those. It's the shape that always kind of gives them away. Soldiers marching on. It starts off with a very epic intro. It's soft, melodic, yet in the distance you can hear gunfire, and you can hear explosions as well. The whole thing is raw, fast, and triumphant. There are parts where the synths are very, very strong. Some sites describe the whole thing actually as intolerant black metal, but it definitely has that old school feel with blood-curdling vocals. Outro is also very good, like it kind of combines the outro and intro, because in the end you can... It's like also very melodic, very soft. It's like the battle has ended, and you can hear maybe not the... You know how the fires after the war burn. You can hear those, like maybe the destroyed cities, the ashes are burning, but there's like, it's so epic that it kind of tells you like there's a new dawn coming or something like that. That's what I get from it. It's very beautiful. Inside we have the man behind the project. There we go. CD, let's take a look behind. Some tanks, of course, are marching on. So, very interesting project. We'll be sure waiting for a full length from the guy behind this one. There are still copies available, I think, and it came out on vinyl, and I don't remember which label did it, but there is a special box set available. It's German label did it, I think. Wooden box, there's like a vinyl, a shirt, or something else. I think even cards that were signed by the guy behind the project. So very good stuff. Eagle's Nest definitely needs your attention. I think again probably might be that the vinyl is sold out. CD probably may be available on a Hasvek, at least that's where I order it from. So Eagle's Nest, A Legacy Reborn, Forever Written in Blood, 2024 demo. Very strong material for a first sight of this project. Alright, so let's go to another country, but first, cheers. Hope you're having a good March. After this, I'm gonna go out, head with my family, and have my birthday beers. Have a good day, hopefully. Yeah, so I hope again that the music from upstairs is not too loud for you. Anyhow, cheers. Regarding the beer, it's only 4% alcohol, so it's, you can feel the hop, but it's kind of, you know, kind of nothing on taste. First and last time drinking it. Unfortunately, yeah, it was sold in a very weird shop. I've never seen it, so that's why I bought it. But the can is funny. Okay, so moving on, we're going to Poland right now. We're going to Poland for a band that bursted on the scene and made some noise in 2020 already. That kind of revived the old school black metal. From Poland, Diabolical Fullmoon. There's kind of a, like, it's hard to say who's behind the band. There's like, I'm gonna butcher the name, Leslie, who does everything, and Not, who writes lyrics. Not is a female. I'm not sure if it's still the same lineup, but it is what it is. Of course, part of the Southern Resistance movement. We talked and we showed Diabolical Fullmoon on this channel numerous times. Absolutely fantastic. Came out of nowhere and took you by the balls, basically. Pagan influence, of course, there's some politically incorrect stuff as well there. Would like to get my hand on the, let's see if it's here or not. Okay, would like to get my hand on Signal Rex hoodies that were released, but those sold out really fast. Hoping the band will do more merch. The partners in crime here do more merch, as it's very needed and it sells out very fast. Spread evil and hate. Yeah, especially the hoodie. So this is a rehearsal. So it's supposed to be like a rehearsal, a live. It even, you can say, Unholy Rehearsals 2022-2023. It actually doesn't feel like rehearsal because I think it's quite polished. There are some hints here and there that it's a live recording from a rehearsal, but the quality is mostly good. very eerie keyboards, hissing and aggressive vocals, raw but with a melodic and again triumphant and epic feel to it. Of course, like it's an SBM and pagan black metal basically mixed together. I don't like to use the term, but this is true cult, in my opinion. This is one of those projects that shows and showcases why Poland is so important in black metal scene. It's not only like Mgła, but other bands, and this is the prime example. This is like, well, yeah, like I said, when the guys released the first albums and first demo, it was like, wow, holy shit, you know. Let's take a look inside. A chapter comes to an end, a new one begins. Hails to the unholy hordes from Southern Resistance. Bring back the old Polish black metal underground. Worship the old gods and crush the Christian pigs. As you can see, the hoodie, by the way, was made with this image with the guy here with a Celtic cross. Yeah, so a very controversial hoodie, one might say, but I still want it. As you can see, Southern Resistance here. Let's take a look. Yeah, let's get it out, why not? Yeah, there we go, again, a bit of Celtic crosses here for you, but the band is absolutely amazing. You don't have to, you know, be into the ideology to enjoy and appreciate the music. Again, yeah, think for yourself and check out Diabolical Fullmoon. I know that a lot of people were kind of disappointed when they found out that the band holds a certain set of beliefs, but come on, it is what it is. You don't have to, you know, 100% or even at all support any kind of beliefs. Just do your research, think for yourself, enjoy the music, don't shy away from it. Who gives a fuck what you enjoy, you know? You don't have to follow anything to enjoy something, in my opinion. Diabolical Fullmoon, unholy rehearsals with a beautiful sun wheel here and pagan theme. All right, actually we're moving quite fast. Holy shit, 2 more items. Still the video is gonna be long. I think I talked too much in the last video. Talked too much about the channel, about other stuff. Yeah, whatever. Cheers. Now we're going to Finland. There we go. So, this is Hammer from Finland. I don't remember actually the year when it was established. Yeah, I don't remember the year. I remember that they have one full length. It's a long time ago. I think the full length was 2008, I wanna say. So it's a band that has like a couple of demos, one full length, and then they have this one. Ravennum is the guy behind the band, but lineup at some point, at least the live lineup, included Britram from White Death that we talked about on the channel in the previous videos, and Black Goat, of course, from Goatmoon. So Clandestine Operations is I think 2004 maybe. Maybe they started in 2004. That's what I'm getting. I don't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Clandestine Operations was released in 2023. It's a compilation, 43 minutes. Out of the Dungeon Records. Again, we can see the daggers a little bit here on the logo. The art is pretty beautiful, kind of a, you know, those zombie movies about the Nazi soldiers turning zombies. The name Clandestine Operations, of course, for those again who are not familiar, we're having a bit of a history here today as well, as you can see. Not as much in the previous part, but in this part we do have some. Clandestine operations is an intelligence or military operation that is carried out in such a way that first the enemy doesn't know about it, and of course the general public doesn't know about it. So the point of operation is to make it sudden, make a sudden strike, do something, and so that the less people know about it. In this case, I will give you an example that I feel is the most suited, since we have this kind of cover. Of course, I could find another examples from other countries, but since we're talking about this one, Grand Sasso Raid in 1943, carried out by the one and only Otto Scarzesni, very famous guy, maybe one day we'll talk about him separately on the channel. Maybe we'll have something connected with him, like a cover or something. Like, he's a very interesting guy, and he did so much undercover work, did clandestine operations, lived after the war, and so on. Like, probably one of the most brilliant guys in war, let's put it like this. So he carried this operation out, Grand Sasso Raid, with his team of commandos. They landed with gliders in mountains in Italy, stormed the hotel where Mussolini was held basically hostage by the opposition. They killed the guards, took out Mussolini, and I think he was with his mistress, his wife or mistress, I don't remember. So they killed everybody, took out the guards. Even his troops landed a plane in a very dangerous terrain, in the mountains, and they took him out and brought him to safety. So nobody knew it. It was a sudden strike, a small group of people that did everything. Considered to be, I think, one of the most interesting clandestine operations in general. Catchy, nasty black metals. Black metals. Yeah, the vocals are a bit barking here at sometimes. They're screaming and barking. There are some really great, memorable riffs spread all across the album. Quality, of course, is a bit different because it comes from demos, splits, so the later the demo, the more kind of raw and necro quality you get. The more you're moving to present day, the quality gets better. But it's interesting that on the later releases, later songs, you can hear the vocals are a bit upfront. They become more upfront. So it's more well produced. And tempo is also, since it's a compilation, of course, tempo is all over the place also. But in general, it's like fast, mid, raw. There are some even rocking, vibing parts that kind of remind you of some nasty, dirty black and roll here and there. As you can see, information on the tracks here. There you go. Very beautiful kind of logo here, with also the daggers, the circle, and the cross. So Hammer is one of those pretty good projects, but it's a shame that there's no constant flow of material here. Would be really nice to get some maybe new album from them and some reissues from the previous works. But check out Hammer from Finland, Clandestine Operations. Let's take a closer look at the zombies here. I think you can still get even the vinyl and the CDs from Out of the Dungeon. Really, really solid stuff. Especially if you like this kind of black metal that I described. Alright, so last one. A vinyl. Okay, let's actually pour this one in and finish it. Yep, there we go. Last look here and last look here. La Bella Lola from Spain. To be precise, it says Barcelona. Okay, cheers. Okay, let's take a look into the vinyl. Sorry, need to get it out. Okay, we're talking about this one. So this is Kristallnacht, new project from USA, 2024. Not a lot of info here and there. This is considered to be an EP, also released in 2024, Reclaiming Nordic Divinity. 19 minutes long, I think 4 tracks. What I found out that Kristallnacht is a part of Vinlandic Blood Horde Circle. There you go. Immediately, who's on the cover? Your Glance is on the cover. It's a man, obviously, which lived from 1974 to 1954. So he lived past the World War II. He was a politician, a racial theorist, and occultist as well. He's most famous for introducing Ariosophy, which is translates to basically wisdom of Aryans. It's kind of, it has the same principles as any Aryan movement about Aryan race and so on, but what's interesting that it's kind of more in depth on esoteric. So they kind of invented this Aryan esotericism. Prime example would be, you know, those huge circles where how the runes correspond to zodiac signs, you know, and there's like a circle and there are runes, and here are the signs of zodiacs, and they kind of explain it. So it's pretty complicated stuff. At some point he was in contact, of course, with the Thule Society. It's speculated, I'm not actually sure if it's real or not, but it's speculated that no, let me put it like this. Some sites say it's real. That in 1909 he already met with Adolf, who was picking up some journals that their society was releasing. They had also like kind of something of a Templar society. Not only were they connected with Thule, but they also had their own society. And the journals were called Astara, I think. Yeah, Astara journals. So yeah, there you go, a little bit of history of the man behind. Let's take a first a look into the inside, alright? 4 tracks, very interesting, kind of, I don't know, a creature, a statue. The back we have this, yeah, there we go, Astara, that was the name of the journal and probably maybe the name of their society, but I think it was the journal first. The society was something connected with the Templars for sure. There you go. There comes a time when one must no longer throw pearls to swine. It is now that we must rise up and be proud of what we are, instead of hanging our heads in defense to the world order that seeks to neuter the strong and exalt the weak. Feast your ears and reclaim your Nordic divinity. There you go. Regarding the music, of course, this is very chaotic, noisy, raw black metal with a very strong emphasis on, again, melodic parts. It's the most interesting thing again here is the drums. They are very pounding drums. The atmosphere is kind of evil. At first I wanted to say that it's ritualistic maybe, but it's kind of a mixture of this evil atmosphere and ritualistic atmosphere. And considering that I said all the above, it's also very vibrant. The back, of course, this one is released by Asrar, you all know, whatever. Got it from Signal Rex, it was the last copy. The project was too good to pass it by. The track list, the controversial back here, of course. So I would recommend it for sure. In fact, the last bands like Eagle's Nest, Kristallnacht, they kind of have some similarities to Einsatzgruppen. So if you like that, check those two out. You will definitely enjoy this kind of black metal. It's very, very good. Let's take a look at the vinyl as well, because it's a special variation. Okay, let me get it out. There we go. It's kind of a smoky one, yeah. Yeah, I think the program repeats on both sides, or maybe it's single-sided. I think it should be single-sided, or maybe anyway. If it's not single-sided, the program repeats on both sides. I just listened to it like 2 days ago, and I can't remember. So the cross here, the cross was used by National Party of Russia or something like that in the early 90s. I remember this from when I was watching TV. That party was really big in Russia. If you know who Tesak was, I think he was one of the members when they were like still in the 90s and in the early 90s. He was. I remember this because of the cross. Yeah, so smoky vinyl limited to 176 copies. So a very, very weird kind of limitation, but you know. So yeah, Kristallnacht, Reclaiming Northern Divinity. Yeah, wow, that's it. So this one is gonna be more than an hour long. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. Again, thanks for hanging around. I might take a small hiatus in April. I might do one more video in April, which is not going to be politically incorrect, and then take a rest of April off, maybe a part of May off, just to relax. I think we had a lot of content for the last 3 months. The year has only begun, and so much content. Again, think for yourself, do your own research, stay frosty, stay healthy. I'm off to celebrate my birthday. Yeah, I'll see you around, and don't forget to stay black metal.